Okay, welcome everyone to my review of Wargame Korea 1950. Now, I've been wanting to play this game for quite some time, primarily because a strategic level Korean wargame would be awesome to have on my iPhone to play. Well, I have a spare couple of minutes or a spare couple 20 minutes or something like that. Also, it was going to be my forte into a couple of games this developer has been making. If I can show you quickly. David Kershaw is the one that makes this game, and the reason I picked it up is it has some high reviews, like 4.5 reviews, which are pretty good for the App Store. And then his other games like 4.5. So really good, like really good reviews. And he has a whole bunch of games available. So I wanted to give this one a shot. So let's dive into it. So I have the music, I have the volume turned on. I wanted to give you a heads up because there is no music in this game. There is no sound effects for this game. None at all, like nothing. So yeah, it's... And so you get your choice between, you can choose, these scenarios here. You can choose Soviet intervention, 3, 4, 5, 6 random. Yet more. I mean, you have a lot of things to play around with. So you can do things like that. I'll put turn 5. And then you just click start. It's very easy kind of menu to go through to start up. Play South Korea. So it's going a little fast, as you can see. And you there's actually battles going on. If you didn't notice, it happens pretty quick. So I'll start out with the pros because I like starting out with pros. It's a good looking map. That's my first pro. I can understand it. It's very easy to kind of understand what each tile is. Obviously I can see these are like forests and kind of things, and you got swamp and tundra there, and I can tell the roads where the ports are. So it's an easy to understand map, and I like that because last thing you want to do is in a war game saying what is that? Is that a field? Is that just grass? I don't know what it is. And some games do that where you're like, I have no idea what terrain that is, and then you march your troops into a swamp and then they get slaughtered and it's your fault. So good looking map. I like that. The game is pretty intuitive to and it's pretty easy to learn how to pick up things. Like you just tap on a unit and it lights up the available hexes that you can move. You can attack. You just tap, and it gives you this kind of thing here. I took 3 hits. He took 1, and moving is pretty easy like that. So it's pretty intuitive to learn. I mean, you could literally jump into this game, and within a minute or two, you could start moving your regiments and brigades and all that around. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Another thing that I've noticed is the AI is pretty good. They try to flank me. These guys will probably eliminate these units, come around my flank. They usually, I've noticed when I play the AI, it kind of races for the Pusan. Like they all try to last game I played, these units like try to push down, and these units go after Saul. So the AI is... It definitely gave me a challenge. It's not easy, so I like that. Because the easy AI is kind of like, well, it's pointless, right? If your AI doesn't give you a challenge, then there's no point in playing the game unless you hand the game off to somebody next to you and do like a hot seat kind of thing. And last but not least, this is a really good pro that I always try to keep in, and a couple times I forget about it, but I want to put this in because this is really important. It's a cross-compatible game, which means I can play this game on my iPhone or on my iPad. So a lot of times when I'm at work and I get like a break, I can literally walk out and I can play this game for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever time I have, and do that. Or if I'm at home, or like I got like 3-4 hours to kill and I'm at home, I have my iPad, boom, I could just do it on there. It's really cool. It's a one-time purchase. You get it on both platforms. Awesome. I love that. And a lot of the developers should do that. Some games don't. A good example would be Civilization Revolutions for the iPhone and iPad, you have to buy them separately, and they're like expensive apps. They're like $10. So yeah, that's not good. Now let's go into the cons. So my first con would have to be there is no music or sound effects at all for this game. There, as you can see, I did a couple of battles and there was nothing. Like, hold on, I'll do another one here. Can anybody fight? There we go. It's nothing. It's nice and it's quieter than an empty room. Which is probably a bad analogy, but that's what I'm saying. There's no sound effects. It would be cool. Like I can hear some like rifle fire. I'm sure you can get. I'm sure the developer could have found some stuff online that were like copyright free that he could have used for that. I mean, just like even a gun or artillery or anything, would have been good for this. Would have been awesome. Or even some background music, or even allow me to hook up my, some apps that are able to do this where you can dive into your music and actually play it inside the app. Some developers have done that in the past. Second con. So I got to prepare you. There's a lot of cons in here. So I need to give you a heads up on that. Yeah. So zooming in here is not as fluid as I want it to be. A lot of times I just literally set it to one point and I just let it stay here because it's a little, I don't know, it's a little wonky. It's not as smooth as I want it to be. I don't know what it is. If it's the frame rate that's dropping, but it's not smooth. And it's not enjoyable. Like it's kind of like, I don't know, clumsy. Like it's too clumsy of zoom. Like pinching and zooming is just a little too clumsy. I've seen some developers perfect zooming in games, so I had to put this as a con because if those developers can do it, it should be available on here. Like a good example is Starbase Orion. The zooming on there is really beautiful. Another game I would play is Ambition. Ambition is a game I play often, and the zooming there is great. I have no problems with that. Anyway, that was con number 2. Con number 3 is I'll show you right here. Con number 3, I'm going to hit end turn here. If I can hit it, there we go. Look how fast combat is in this game. I just lost a unit over here by Inchan, and I don't even know what happened. I can't even figure out like how that unit died, and I had a unit over here. So combat is so fast you don't even know what's going on. Like I lost 2 units, and I don't know what damage they inflicted on an enemy before they were destroyed, but they're just gone. And it's too fast paced. It needs to slow down, kind of like give me a heads up what's going on. Because a lot of times you're like, wait, where the heck is that unit? Damn it, I know I had a unit over here. It's just too fast paced to keep up. It's just like, it's lightning fast, and it's like you can't even keep up. So it gets frustrating. So con number 3. So moving on to con number 4. There's no battle results after the like I lost 2 units. There's no battle results for that. Like I don't even know what happened. I don't even know where to go. Like I hit here. Obviously that's not it. Zoom out. Help. No. Okay. Show maybe. Okay, that's not it. That's for Fog of War. I don't know what happened to those units. Like I don't know. Like I don't know the battle results for it. Like how much damage they inflicted on an enemy, how much, like I know those units are gone, but a lot of times they'll be attacking. Oh shoot, I got pushed out of Sol. Dang, that was quick. Last game I survived the whole game holding Sol. Or is this Sol? Sol. Okay. But like little things like that. I lost Sol. There you go. And I don't even know how much units that I lost there. I mean, how much damage did I inflict to the enemy? I don't know. So little things like that is attributing to that con. Another thing I noticed, the game crashes a lot. It crashes, like when I've been playing, it hasn't crashed yet, but I had to actually save this game every time before I clicked end turn because it was constantly crashing on me. It seems more stable now, and that's a good thing, but when I started playing the game, it was crashing constantly. So to kind of like avoid things, I just kept clicking the save button, which is located on the bottom. After a while, it just stops crashing, but when you load the game up, just expect crashes in the beginning. Next con. I got like 5 or 6 more. Text is too small. Wait, did I say text is too small? Yeah, on my iPhone is this kind of, how do I say? This is, I'm going to put it as, and it's a result of the menu too. So the text on the bottom is too small. On your screen, it looks big. So you could probably tap your, like whatever you're watching this on. Hopefully it's like a desktop or a tablet. You can probably see it pretty well. When you're playing it on an iPhone or a smartphone that's, like 4.7 inches is an iPhone 6. It's really, really difficult to get my broad fingers on these blue or black dots on the bottom. And a lot of times I'm like, I have to kind of like almost hold it, get it. There we go, I got it. A lot of times I hit the button next to it. Sometimes it just doesn't recognize it. It's frustrating. The menu needs to overhaul, like serious overhaul. Black and blue tiles where the text kind of like even ekes out of it is, come on, man. There's got to be a better design. I mean, seriously. I mean, you could have took up at least the whole bottom half of the phone screen. Or, some developers actually made the game landscape. That's another idea. I mean, just something else, better would be good. Let's see. And I think my last con would be, let's see. Oh, the odd loading screens, which I already showed you guys. When you're jumping out of the game and you're going back into the game, there are odd loading screens. So I'll show you here. Which is kind of weird. That shouldn't be presented to the user. That should run in the background. Or like, I don't know, have a screen that says loading instead of like a red screen with all these numerical things on there. I don't know. A lot of things about, and a lot of people might criticize me saying, hey man, these are the little things. They are. But the reason why companies like Apple, Google, Starbase Orion, like these developers that like the developers behind Starbase Orion, and all these other developers that make games, they try to cover all that up, to give the game that artistic flavor, so the user doesn't see that. So they see a game of art, of beauty. And that's what I expect from a game. I mean, a lot of things in this game could have been smoothed out. Like, it just... It really feels... It hasn't been... How do I say? Finished. And that's actually part of my conclusion. This game feels more like a game that's in alpha. And if you don't know what alpha means, that a game that's in production. This game doesn't feel like it's finished yet. This game feels like it's still in production, and it should not be released. And if you're not familiar with the alpha and beta states, alpha is when you're producing the game and still adding features. Beta is when you're fixing the bugs, and then gold is when you're shipping or posting the product on like the App Store or for release on Xbox or PS3 or whatever. And this game feels like it's an alpha. Reason being is there's nothing, no music, there's no sound effects, there's no animations. If you notice, like when you like I said, crashes. I just tapped start and it crashed. Hopefully it won't crash this time. But as you can see, there's no animations. It's just jumping, and you can't even follow what's going on. It's like it happening too fast. So it's like, I don't like it. I really don't. And as you can see, the zooming is just, the game doesn't feel polished. It feels raw. It feels like it's an alpha. It really does. And I can't recommend it. I wanted to, because I really wanted to say, wow, I wanted to fall in love with this game and say, hey man, I'm gonna buy his next product. I'm gonna buy Sicily. I'm gonna buy France 1940, and I'm gonna be a fan of this developer and, you know, encourage him to make more. But I can't, dude. This does not feel like a complete product. It just does not. And for $2.99, I honestly I expect more for, you know, a game that's $2.99. It just doesn't feel complete. It just doesn't. And there's nothing I can recommend about this game. And yeah, so that's my review about it, guys. I can't recommend it at $2.99. I think if it's polished more, some of those cons are taken fixed out. You know, like the zooming, I can live with. There's certain things you can live with in a game. But the combat system is too fast. There's no battle result. Like, you need to have those things in. You need to have animations, you know, and it doesn't have to be like great animations, but show me that while the enemy's going, show me that, you know, like this unit of the North Korean army is attacking my South Korean unit. Show like a flash of like a battle or something, like a flame or something like that, just so I know what's going on. Keep me in the loop, because I need to be in the know. I'm the commander-in-chief running this war. I need to know. And if you're just, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? You know? Anyway, that's my review, guys. And hopefully I'll find another game that you guys might like. But yeah, this is my review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.